a leader who's been at the forefront of transforming industries and shaping the future of business operations, Mr. Navin Gupta.
Now CFO was actually willing to pay more rather than what they were paying earlier.
From your extensive experience, it's clear that you've been at the forefront of this revolution.
Don't get afraid by technology. It is there to help you. It is there to make your job easier, your team jobs easier, and actually aligning with the KPIs for the growth of the organization.
Security plus saving up on that amount. Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of FaceTime with Leaders powered by Directors Institute World Council of Directors. I'm your host Tanayol and today we are diving into a field that is at the heart of every organization's success: digital transformation, strategy and AI powered innovations. Now we've all heard the buzz around AI and digital transformation, but what does it actually take to lead organizations through this revolution? Like, how do you harness these technologies and turn them into real value for businesses? Well, today we have someone who has done it all, a leader who's been at the forefront of transforming industries and shaping the future of business operations, Mr. Navin Gupta. Sir has over 3 decades of experience across a range of sectors, including manufacturing, logistics, BFSI, and more. He's led multi-million dollar transformations, crafted groundbreaking digital strategies, and spearheaded AI-powered platforms that have revolutionized the way businesses operate. So whether it's driving a USD $74 million business unit or delivering 30% year-on-year revenue growth, Mr. Gupta's track record speaks volumes. He's a strategic visionary, a thought leader, and a change agent, working with top Fortune 500 companies and even speaking at global forums like Gartner and the World Economic Forum. Sir, it's a real pleasure to have you with us today. How's everything at your end?
Thanks a lot, Tanay, for such an introduction. Things are good. And as you mentioned, really Gen AI and AI is revolutionizing the world today. And it is no longer a question of operational efficiency. Those things are given. It is about meeting the KPIs of the CEOs and the CFOs and helping them in a business growth because of transformation of the processes.
So, which gets me to the fact that you had a stellar career across industries and your expertise in digital strategy and AI is top notch. But we would love to start by taking a step back. You've been in the game for over 30 years, and it's clear that your journey hasn't been linear. So, could you please take us through the story that led you here?
So basically, Tanay, if you look at when I see people doing similar kind of a task day in and day out, and that what's bogged me 10 years back, that why people have to really do the same invoice processing, same steps, whether it is a factory invoice, project invoice, freight invoice, whatever it is, can be really automated, can be automated so that people also get really time to think about what innovation can be done. And that's where we started the journey. That's where I started thinking of touchless invoice processing. And invoice processing for the start, although now we have covered the entire gambit of P2P, O2C, R2R, and FP&A, bringing digital transformation and the CFO back office operation. And similarly on the insurance process management as well as banking. Because wherever there is a document today, the way you read the document, the way I read the document, we don't have to. We don't, the complete data get ingested by a technology, whether it is classic artificial intelligence or generative AI.
Which is very true, and that's the progress, right? Where we can save up so much time.
Not only time, because in one of our customer, they were
Yeah.
processing bill of lading manually, right?
Okay.
And they were doing 70,000 document on the daily basis manually with a team of 1,000 people. But what was it leading into? They had a daily outstanding of $670 million.
Wow.
Now, this transformation, initially when this project started, the objective was to reduce the operational cost, bring the operational cost to half, and reduce the headcount from 1,000 to maybe 400 or 500.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when we realized the potential, 2% saving on the daily outstanding means $13 million. Just analyze it. That is the impact it had. Now CFO was actually willing to pay more rather than what they were paying earlier.
Yeah. 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 Security plus saving up on that amount.
Absolutely, because now it is adding directly to your bottom line.
Yeah,
$13 million on the daily basis, even if you are able to reduce it by, let's say, 15%, think about $670 million, 15% or 10%, $67 70 million we're talking about.
very true. Sir, now let's dive deeper into your current role as EVP and Head of Digital Operations at Datamatics. One thing that stands out from your profile is your ability to blend AI-driven platforms and business transformation across sectors like manufacturing, BFSI, and logistics. For many business leaders, the question isn't just about implementing these technologies, right? But how to make them work together. So here's the big question, that when you're leading these multifaceted digital transformation projects, how do you balance the technical complexities with the need for practical real world results?
So today I will just talk about one example on 27th of March. With one of our customer, there was an annual closing, and you know how closing is important. And it's again large, huge logistics organization, and their year-end closing is 31st of March. 27th of March, we are sitting there, and there are 10,000 open remittances only for one region, that is Malaysia. Now, to close that in 3 days, because they have to close the books, right? One can always think about deploying more people. And that's what my team told me, that let's have 200 more people deployed and help them close the open remittances so that they can close their books. And I suddenly thought, no, people is not the answer. There have got to be a way. I spoke to my AI team and I said that, can it be done? Can the remittances be classified from the mail exchange folder? Can they be put into some other folder? And then can the four field can be extracted from each and every remittances and knock it off in their ERP system, which is SAP, with automatically through your agentic AI. And believe me, Tanay, we closed that in 48 hours. Open invoices from 10,000, it count came down to zero. So you
That is
have to
possible.
think that is what my message to my entire team is: AI first.
Yeah.
Today, people is not the answer for every problem they have. It has to be technology, and that is where customer will value you more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because as you rightly mentioned, it is not only me who is speaking at Gartner CFO Summit or Everest or any other web. My customers are co-speaker with me because they see value in that.
And that is what technology can give, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So now let's zoom on AI a little bit. From your extensive experience, it's clear that you've been at the forefront of this revolution. But the thing with AI is it's not just about implementing the technology, right? But about creating systems that will continuously adapt and evolve with time. So where do you see AI making the impact in business operations in the next 5 to 10 years, and how can businesses get ahead of the curve? Because do you think that AI will evolve beyond just operational efficiency to become like a central part of business strategy?
It will, because right now we are not using AI. Because if you look at the analytics or predictive analytics for that matter, right, the forecasting is still the matter of a human to really judge that what would be the future predictive how much would be the order, how much would be the forecast, what will be the commodity value, right? But the moment you start leaving that decision, of course, you have to build a lot of guardrails around the AI because it will hallucinate, and one wrong decision can put you under millions or trillions of dollars also, right? And all the predictive forecasting and the decision making, because LLM alone, large language model alone, Tanay, will not work. It has to be synchronized with the domain specific small language model, SLM, and that's what we have achieved success in, which is able to really forecast and take the decision.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at all the credit rating agencies today, right, almost, I'm not naming it because they are my customer, they are confidential, but all whatever you see published today from big credit rating agencies is done by my team using AI. So the entire analysis of financial statement, AI is doing it, and it is giving it to the financial underwriter just for review and publish it.
Imagine. That's a big change. So now it's time for a very own rapid fire round. A few quick questions and all you request you are quick answers. So are we ready?
Yeah,
Perfect. What's the first thing you do when you wake up?
I go to gym.
Lovely. Your favorite comfort food after a long day?
Dal.
One hobby or activity that instantly relaxes you?
Gym.
If you could pick one superpower, what would it be?
Space.
A book that has had the most impact on you?
Atlas Shrugged by Ayn Rand.
Lovely. One country you haven't visited yet, but is definitely on your bucket list.
Mexico.
Your favorite movie to watch over and over again.
Three Idiots.
What's one skill you think all future leaders should develop?
Discipline.
Lovely. Great, so that was a rapid fire round. Now back to the slightly more serious questions. So, this conversation till now has been nothing short of enlightening. Like, from how you've driven AI powered transformations to your views on mentoring the next generation, every insight you've shared today is a powerful reminder of how much business needs strategic, forward thinking leaders who are not just tech savvy but also deeply invested in building sustainable, scaling futures. So, if you could leave our listeners with one piece of advice on how they can embrace digital transformation in their own careers or businesses, what would it be?
Don't get scared. Don't get afraid by technology. It is there to help you. It is there to make your job easier, your team jobs easier, and actually aligning with the KPIs for the growth of the organization.
Lovely, sir. So, you've recently also joined Directors Institute, and we love to hear your perspective. Like, what has your experience been like as a member of Directors Institute, and how has being a part of this community shaped your approach to leadership and governance at the boardroom level?
So any boardroom level discussion which I've seen today with all my customers is about what every board is asking the same question: what have you done on AI? Go anywhere, because I've been to US last month and then UK last to last month. All my customers saying, Naveen, my board is actually putting up pressure. Show me something what you have done with the AI. And that is where people are. There is a lot of work which is happening. People are contemplating. But I can tell you, Tanay, agentic AI is there. There will be, at least in the BPO operation, there'll be loss of jobs. So people have to graduate to
Yeah.
how to use agentic AI. People have to train themselves, upskill themselves how to use agentic AI rather than getting scared of it. But because this will happen. And of course, the experience with the board or director institute has been so very good right now. So I've just started last month, and in fact, since I believe in discipline, then I've already completed two modules. So
Lovely.
the one which was supposed to be done as per their forecast in a month's time, I've done it already. Two of them in the including your business AI and business analytics from directly from the Oxford University, and one from the your Canvas.
Lovely, lovely. Great. So, I mean,
In fact, I'm chasing Snehal to unlock future modules from the last 2 days. That please do it, because I right now I've taken a leave so that I can complete it in maybe next 2 weeks or 3 weeks time rather than waiting for 4 months.
and that's lovely. I mean, our listeners should learn from that, that the capacity and the want to learning should never die.
Yeah.
It should always be up there. I mean, this has been a great conversation, sir, from discussing your incredible career journey to diving deep into the world of digital transformation, AI, and business innovation. You've given us a wealth of insights that I'm sure our listeners will carry with them, because your passion for driving change and empowering the next generation is truly inspiring. So, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been an absolute
Thanks a lot.
pleasure.
Thanks, Tanay. It was same here. Pleasure was
Most
mine as
welcome.
well. Thank
Most
you.
welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
To all our listeners, I hope today's episode has sparked some fresh ideas and inspiration. So, if you're thinking about how to drive innovation, lead transformation, or adapt in the AI powered world, take a page from Mr. Gupta's book, Be Bold, Be Curious, and Lead with Integrity. I'm Taneol, and as always, thank you for tuning in to FaceTime with Leaders, powered by Directors Institute World Council of Directors. Until next time, stay curious, keep learning, lead with purpose, and of course, always have fun in your journey. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.